All right, let's talk about aging and rigor mortis. Now, there are other signs related to death, but we're just going to cover rigor mortis. Standards and objectives, pause it, peruse it. Okay, as we age, muscle fibers change. So the skeletal muscle fibers become smaller in diameter. We have less myofibrils. It reduces strength and endurance. There's just less muscle. And we fatigue more rapidly. The skeletal muscles become less elastic. So fibrosis has replaced the aging skeletal muscle cells. It doesn't just happen with skeletal muscles, as you can see from this image. It happens in your heart too, and in smooth muscle. Fibrosis is connective tissue, primarily collagen. And remember, connective tissue or collagen doesn't perform like muscle, so we lose some of that functionality. Tolerance for exercise decreases. So as we get older, we fatigue more rapidly and we're less able to regulate our body heat. So a young person can rapidly get rid of that excess heat from exercise. As we age, we are less able to do that. So we are less tolerant of exercise. The ability to recover from muscle injuries decreases. So repair is limited, first of all, in general in skeletal muscles. So repair as we age especially usually results in scar tissue fibrosis. And again, remember that does not function like muscle tissue. A decline in muscle performance happens in all people. So what can you do to help reduce or minimize those effects? Get some regular exercise. Not extreme exercise, just walk regularly. Lift small weights. Even if you don't do that, walking, key. Just have regular exercise. So what is rigor mortis? Okay, rigor mortis. It's post-mortem. That means after death. And it results in stiffening of body muscles. So rigor mortis, the muscles stiffen and lock into place. It usually begins about 2 to 6 hours after death. So 2 hours that's a pretty good mark of when it starts to happen, but in some cases it would be delayed. The interesting thing is that this happens typically regardless of what other conditions are there. So this is something that can be used to identify the time of death more consistently. So it peaks about 12 hours after death. It's temporary, but it can last 24 to 84 hours post-mortem after. Why does rigor mortis happen? Well, there is a depletion of ATP, energy. So ATP is what is needed to separate the actin and myosin cross bridge. So without ATP, those cross bridges are locked into place, and that results in rigor mortis. Eventually, decomposition happens and it starts to break down those cells, starts to break down the actin, starts to break down the myosin. And those myofibrils breaking down enables the muscles to relax. So rigor mortis is temporary from 2 to 6 hours after death to 24 to 84 hours after death. That window, before that window, after that window, muscles are relaxed or flaccid. In class, we could do a blue kit, but that's it, aging and rigor mortis. I hope you learned something new today.